Stand your base. Stand your base.
What's up, guys? Today I want to talk about the biggest fights that the UFC should make after the most recent UFC pay-per-view, UFC 308. Make sure you guys like and sub, and let's get right into it. We're going to be talking about the co-main event and the main event. Not really the undercard fights, because I just don't believe that that's... You guys really want to sit here and listen to me say, who should be next for Dan Ige and Lerone Murphy? You guys don't give a fuck. You guys want to hear the big fights. So we're going to start with the co-main event. Khamzat Chimaev versus Khabib Whittaker. I think we'll start with the winner, which was Khamzat Chimaev. He should face the winner of Strickland versus DDP. Now, I know people are saying he should jump over Strickland. The reason why I'm not immediately giving him a title shot, because I would, straight up, I would just be like, just have him face DDP. If he can't fight in the US, you're not seeing him until either the summer or the fall. Because if they do a Saudi Arabia card, it'll be like early summer, right? For Riyadh season. Or obviously the October pay-per-view in Abu Dhabi, which would be this time next year. So you're not going to see Khamzat for a while, plus Ramadan. So my thing is, Dricus would have to wait either way. So you might as well, in the meantime, just have him fight Strickland, probably maybe in Australia in February. And then a couple months, then you could do DDP versus Khamzat in the summer. That's what I would do in Saudi Arabia for the title. Or if Strickland beats DDP, Strickland versus Khamzat in the summer. That's what I would do personally. But yeah, I understand people want Khamzat to get the title shot right away. I do too. I don't really have much interest in Strickland versus DDP, but if they're gonna have to wait either way, you might as well just do it. So that's what I would do with the winner, which was Khamzat Chimaev. Now we can talk about the loser, Robert Whittaker. He's going to need a lot of time off. I had a couple of names in mind. The two that I kind of locked down on, I think, is Nasruddin Imavov, which this one's a little less likely, a little less, how do I say, I don't really want it as much as the next one that I'm about to say. But this one's fine. It'd be a fine fight. Probably be pretty boring, to be honest. Obviously, Imavov is going to have to wait a while, so he'll probably fight someone in the meantime. But it would be a great win if he were to beat Robert Whittaker. But apparently, Whittaker's jaw is not broken. It's just the teeth. So it's not going to be super long. It's not going to be like Whittaker's going to be out for a year. Like, no, his jaw is not broken. It's just the bottom part of his teeth. So he actually will be back, hopefully sooner than we think. It won't be the February card, and well, that'd be crazy if he could make the Australia card in February. I doubt it. I highly doubt it. But didn't really take damage against Khamzat, and if that thing heals quick, I don't know how long those kinds of surgeries take. Um, hey man, we're in October, November, December, maybe. I doubt it though. But ideally, if he could make one of the early cards next year, him versus Imavov, I was thinking Brendan Allen, but Brendan Allen doesn't deserve that. So, Nasruddin Imavov or the other fight, which I was thinking, I like this a lot more. Michel Pereira. This would be a sick fight. Now, I think Pereira would be outmatched. I think Whittaker is a lot better than Michel Pereira, but I think it'd be a fun fight. Honestly, I really do. If Michel Pereira can work in his gas tank, he's going to be a problem. I'm not sure his age, but he's not old, right? I'd imagine. So I was thinking of saying Anthony Hernandez versus Robert Whittaker, but come on, guys. I'm a Robert Whittaker fan, all right? I'm not trying to kill the guy or anything. So I was like, yeah, let's go Michel Pereira. It's winnable for Whittaker, you know. But that's a bit down the ranking. So really, a Mavov, but one that I personally want to see would be Michel Pereira. Moving on to the main event, Max Holloway versus Ilia Topuria. Still a bit depressed from that result, but also, I'm happy for Topuria, man. He's on a legendary run right now. So we'll start with the winner, which is Topuria. A lot of options. Not a lot of options. Two options, really. It's Volkanovski or Diego Lopez. The Conor McGregor fight, and we'll talk about Conor. But the Conor McGregor fight is something for the future, so we're not even really going to bring that up. But that'd be sick. Ilia Topuria, versus the winner of Volkanovski versus Diego Lopez in Australia. Again, this Australia card, I should just do a whole card builder, just building up this February Australia card. But it just the timing is really good, is really what it is. Volkanovski versus Diego Lopez in Australia. The winner should face Ilia Topuria in Spain, in a fucking arena or whatever in Spain. Volkanovski should not get an immediate title shot. I think that's retardation. I think Volkanovski is. I mean, what different could he do in the second fight? I know he's Volk and like he's amazing, unless he just becomes Habib Nurmagomedov and just grapples the fuck out of Ilya. I didn't he shoot for a takedown in the first fight like twice and he got stuffed? Like he's just. I think Topuria is really good, bro. And I think Volk is obviously like one of the all-time great featherweights, but dude, what could he do differently? He's the same fighter. Like, yeah, he'll be a little more prepared, obviously. He'll be a lot more prepared. He would have watched Topuria tape and he would have seen the mistakes maybe that Max has made. That there's things he can see that maybe we can't see as fighters or as fans, as he's a fighter. But I don't want Volk to just immediately get a title shot. Now, to be fair, if anyone does deserve it, it's him because he's had so many title defenses. Whereas Adesanya, dude gets an immediate title shot off of a loss. I don't even want to. You guys know I hate Israel Adesanya. It makes me want to put on that fucking Burger King hat and say some things. But I think Volkanovski should just face Diego Lopez, and I think that's a winnable fight for Volk. To be honest, the more I think about it, initially I was like, no, I don't want you guys to feed him to Diego Lopez, and as dangerous as a matchup as that is, as much as Diego Lopez could realistically win that fight, it's winnable. Volkanovski, if he's as amazing as we know he is, and he still might be, hopefully he's still amazing. Hopefully he's not completely washed. He could beat a guy like Diego Lopez. He could. He could find the way, especially in a 5-round fight, which it would probably be. So I would like to see Diego Lopez um, versus Alexander Volkanovski. Maybe you could do it for an interim title if that makes Volk feel any better. 'Cause he needs it to be for a title so bad, right? Just do that fight, bro. Just do it. I like Volk, but I'm not trying to see Volk just walk right in there, get a title shot, get knocked out again. That's worse for him. His best bet, he should be hoping to fight Diego Lopez. Then you get the title shot. Prove to the people, like myself, I'm still a Volk fan. I'm not going to doubt him. But at the same time, I wouldn't be as. Can you imagine? He beat Diego Lopez. Imagine he's fucking TKOs Diego Lopez in 3 rounds or something. And we're like, whoa, he just beat a top featherweight prospect. Maybe Volk is back. Then he faces Topuria. Imagine how exciting that would be. Or, on the opposite, Diego Lopez smokes Volkanovski. Then he walks into that Topuria fight with a top win. That'd be sick. You know, right now he's coming off of a win against Dan Ige. Or, no, sorry, Brian Ortega. Before that, it was Dan Ige, which is great, right? Those are some great wins. But, I mean, yeah, like, he deserves a title shot too, but I think they should just fight. Just fight. And no, do not do the winner of Evloev Sterling. Please. I don't want that. You know what? Do it. Because I want to see Topuria knock them out. I don't think either of those guys have any chance of beating Ilia Topuria. Sorry to say that. Like, no offense. I just don't. What realistically um could they do against Ilia? What is it? What is Aljamain Sterling gonna do? He's not a better I mean, he's a better grappler than Topuria, but I don't think his grappling is so sick that he's gonna. Oh, he's gonna hold down Topuria for 5 rounds. Ilia Topuria, the guy that catches everybody's chin, the guy that is a black belt in jiu-jitsu, started off as a grappler, as a wrestler, has good offensive and defensive wrestling, can submit people. I don't know what Sterling or Mozart Evloev could do. I hope they face Ilia so that he knocks them out cold. I hope really that fight just ends in a double DQ, Evloev Sterling. I hope that fight that I think it's in like December. I hope it just ends in like a double nut shot. Anyways, so that's what I would do with the featherweight title. Ilia versus the winner of Volk and Diego Lopez. Max Holloway. We'll end with the boy. We'll end with the legend, the man, the myth. there's two fights I had in mind that really stuck out. Um, the first one, Dustin Poirier. Max Holloway versus Dustin Poirier is a fight that really excites me. I think it's winnable for both guys. I think it's two legends of the game. It's yeah. There's not really, you can't sell anybody on it any more than just than it being on paper is enough, right? Like you can't really sell it anymore. It's a big fight. It'd be the third fight these guys would have. I would probably pick Max actually. By the way, just early prediction if it happens. Max is down for it. They asked him at the press conference, yeah, would you fight Dustin Poirier? Dustin Poirier wants to have two fights, not one, but two. I think maybe the first one being Max Holloway, International Fight Week, right? Holloway says he wants to come back around that time. I think it's July. So I'd imagine Poirier would be available around that time too. Would be a sick fight. Um, yeah, there's not really much else to say. Also, Holloway should move up to lightweight. If that wasn't clear, like by me picking that, I'm not gonna pick Holloway to face any more featherweights. Just move up, brother. Brother, just move up, brother. I don't know how he talks. We gonna fight that Saturday night. Well, we did find out, but just move up, bro. Just move up. Move up to lightweight and start facing some of those lightweight. Imagine him against guys like Charles Oliveira, Dustin Poirier, Justin Gaethje. But my first pick is Dustin Poirier. Now, the second guy that I chose that I would like to see Max Holloway face, I think you guys fucking know. I can't do the accent. You guys fucking stand your base, yeah? Is Conor McGregor. Conor McGregor versus Max Blessed Holloway. I think it's really realistic. I think it's very realistic. I don't even know if Conor could make 155. That would be the only problem. Could Conor McGregor make 155? But if he could, him versus Max Holloway would be, yeah, that would be fireworks. That'd be sick. I'd absolutely love to see that fight. Um, Obviously it's a rematch, but that was so many years ago. Both guys have improved. Well, I don't know what the fuck Conor is gonna. I don't know how Conor is gonna fight anymore. But Max Holloway is he's Max Holloway. He's still in his prime, even though he got knocked out by Ilia Topuria. I mean, don't remind me. But no, but seriously, him and Conor would be something. That'd be a super fight, legitimately. Legitimately. And obviously, I could have done Conor versus Topuria, but that's not really going to be next. Um, I'll do a separate video actually towards the end of the year, so look out for this. I'll do a separate video in like December for the super fights that I would make next year, right? So there's going to be a lot of really cool fights. I'm already kind of putting together a little list, so be on the lookout for that. But yeah, Max Holloway, Conor McGregor would be a sick fight. I think Conor would do it. He did tweet something like call me, yeah, send me the fucking contract, Dana. I can't do it. I just can't do the accent. I don't know. I used to be able to do a Conor accent, but yeah, would be a sick fight. I'd probably pick Max Holloway to beat Conor McGregor. So yeah, these are the fights I'd make after UFC 308. Again, I didn't really like care for any of the I could, Ankalaev is gonna face Pereira, right? Like that's not. I didn't need to really add that to the video. It just would have wasted time. I don't care what Lerone Murphy does next. Share Bullet. He'll probably just get someone ranked in the top 15. That'll be cool. But he's not getting Adesanya yet. So, um, but I'm still interested in what's next for pretty much everybody on 308. 308 was a great pay-per-view, but these are what I want to see and what I think the UFC should make after UFC 308. These are the fights I want to see. Um, yeah, make sure you guys like and sub. Let me know what you guys think. What fights do you want to see after this show or after this pay-per-view? And yeah, see you guys next time.